Hey, in this update, we getting right to it. It looks like it's about to rain. Now, yesterday, I fertilized this with the Boogie Brew compost tea. All my watermelon plants got this. This is real good stuff. I'll put a link down in the description if you need it, but I'm gonna move this back. This plant right here suffered from wilt. This plant over here, the plant over there, and that other plant that's in the right behind us. So I've already shown those. They are coming back, and I'm gonna show you the vines. The vines on this plant is short because the wilt was just insane, so I had to keep pruning it back. Now the leaves are starting to grow. I'm going to put my tomato tone in here, and then I'm trying to do everything I can because I need my melon to grow, and that is going to be probably kind of controversial because what I'm gonna show you over here, but I want to know your thoughts when we get to it. All right, so I'm gonna put my granular fertilizer here. Now I know this takes time to break down, but remember, I'm in a competition and any advantage I can get, so if it breaks down just in time, probably not, I don't know, but I gotta do something to get that melon going, and it looks pretty good, but it needs to be a whole lot better. All right, so I'm gonna mix that in, and I'm also gonna show you the liquid fertilizer that I'm gonna use today. Like I said, I used liquid fertilizer yesterday with the container plants. I'm gonna try to feed everything I can, well, along with my other plants as well, because I only have 1, 2, 3, and 4 plants that I have in this competition, and so I got to get going. It has been raining a lot. It's kind of cool. The mosquitoes out everywhere, so that's why I'm fanning and get them out my face. But let me go ahead and show you these vines. They're starting to turn around and look a lot better. And so the tools I use, hopefully they are working against that wilt. So let's go. All right, so that's up close. I got little leaves forming from the trunk and on down. You can see my leaves are older, and so they look a whole lot better than when they were laying down on the ground, all limp and turning brown. So it's going into the other plant over there. I can't tell them apart, so it's looking pretty good. And on the other side, I got them going as well. All right, so I'll tell you what I did so that if you're having trouble with wilt, you'll be able to do the same thing to get them back, hopefully. Now, first off, dealing with wilt, I'm not an expert. Last year when my plants went limp, I noticed that they were cut by the voles. That didn't happen here. So this is basically my first time really seeing wilt exactly, all right, like this. All right, so the first thing I did from using my experience, which was this year, I cut all of the damaged vines, take them off the plant because the plant is unhealthy. And so that's the first thing that I did. Then the next thing I went ahead, I added water, a water strip, because you know it's been pretty much warm. So I went ahead and put the water on it, even though I came out here purposely and I put water on the plant all the time, but I wanted it to have a consistent flow, and I used the automatic timer. And so I think that helped me as well. I came out, I gave it some compost tea on a regular basis, more frequently than ever. And so all those things, I use fish fertilizer. Now I don't know which one of them worked. Like I said, I was so nervous. I thought I was about to lose my whole crop. So I just went ahead and dropped everything. I watered it longer due to the fact that it's in the container and the heat. It was so hot. That heat spell, that heat dome, and so that could have been a big player. I watered every day. Not telling you to do that because of how hot it was. That's what I did, and I said, well, if I'm going to drown them, I'm going to drown them. All right, so those were the things that I did, and my plants responded. Every one of them did. So now, before I show you the watermelon that's over there, and that's going to be a controversial topic, I believe. I want to hit this with some more liquid fertilizer because that's going to be the best thing for it, because it's going to hit the roots and the plant is going to be affected by it immediately. That fertilizer that we use, you know, it has to break down, And so I'm just putting everything I can to try to win this competition, because I think I'm gonna win. Well, scratch that, I know I'm gonna win. All right, so let's go ahead and get the liquid fertilizer, and then we'll come back and apply it and then show you the melon. Let's go. All right, so the mixture that I'm gonna use my fish fertilizer. I'm gonna put 2 tablespoons in, and I just kind of eyeballed it. And if you want to be precise, you can. It's probably gonna save you a long time. But I do have a homemade fish fertilizer that I use as well, and I used it on some of those plants too, because I have a big container on the side for that as well when I run out of this. And I use the liquid kelp. All right, so the same thing, I'm gonna use 2 tablespoons. If you got a gallon jug, then you just use 1 tablespoon, but I got 2, so I'm using 2. If I can pull this out, and then drop that in, and then I kind of overdid it that time. All right, so I'm gonna drop that in. I got my water here, and it's starting to grow up a lot over here. I got to go ahead and cut the grass because all this was brown because it wasn't getting any water. But all my jugs, containers are filled to the brim. I put my rainwater in there, and then we're gonna be good to go. All right, so we got it ready, and we're gonna go ahead and it's starting to drizzle, so I need to hurry up, show you what I need to show you. All right, so what I think, some people may say, oh, you're feeding them too much, but I'm trying to get me a giant, so I gotta do what I gotta do and see if I can get it. All right, so I'm gonna go ahead and put that down, and I'll continue a little later. So let me go ahead and show you the melon over here. I don't know if you can see the little light raindrops. All right, look at my melon. Now, the first thing I noticed as it was growing, I normally try to put a cover over my melons that I'm trying to get to grow larger. But if you feel this, now I've never felt an alligator skin before, but it looked like it's rough. That's how rough this feels. I don't know, the sun did all that, but it feels like rocks all over the top of this right here. Now, I've never felt that on any of my melons. Let me see if I can bring you in close. I don't know if you can see anything, but it feels nice and lumpy and rocky, which was a bad sign for me, because now I think I don't know if it's growing any. But what I want to show you is, now you know we always say, when the tendril is dry, then the melon is done. And I always look for that and a yellow belly. Now I took one just like this before those 6 melons that I harvested. It was one that I didn't show, and melon looked good. Same thing, when I cracked it on the inside, it was not done. I was mad as fire. All right, so that's one thing that I look for, but I've already been burned. I had one bigger than this that I harvested, wasn't even ready, y'all. Now, I know I said in all my videos, when you see that tendril turn brown, that's the key indicator, but I also make sure that that belly is yellow. The next thing that I'm gonna have to start doing, and this is gonna be tough because you got so many watermelons sprouting up, some of them you're just not gonna be able to catch. Hopefully, they don't turn brown all the time. This happens sometimes, but I gotta try to track the days that this melon has been on. So if this melon is only 40 days old, then I know it can't be ready, even if the tendril turns brown. All right, so one issue could have been, not saying this is in stone, but as hot as it has been with that heat dome, this little teeny tendril could brown up. All right, so I have some melons that it's not brown and the melons are decent size like this. And I do have some that are small like that. And it says it's already brown, but the melon is still growing. All right, so I'm gonna try to track it and maybe measure it to see if it grows. If it doesn't grow, but when that belly turns yellow, then I'm gonna go ahead and harvest the melon. All right, so if you need any of the fertilizers that I've used, I'll put that link down in the description, or if you need the pruners, I'll put that down as well. All right, so let me keep feeding my plants, because you know I'm looking for that #1 spot. What do you think about that? I know you thought that was a great idea. All right, so I'll see you in the next video, because I got to go work in the rain because I got to get it done. All right.